Good morning everybody, it's Denise here, Denise Junk Journals UK. Thank you so much for joining me. It is lovely to have you here. So we are back, about to start on the new giveaway journal, which is going to be a tall skinny journal, which I started a while ago and then never got to. So we're going to finish this and it's going to be the giveaway. I've got hanging in front of me, if I can just get it down, the tassel. I haven't tried it against it. So the tassel that I made to go on it. Oh yeah, that's going to be lovely, isn't it? So it's going to be quite a multicoloured yet grungy kind of journal. So I have, well, I've just about done the, well, I've constructed the cover. I haven't decorated it yet. So it is just a large brown envelope. So it is bigger than, where's my ruler? It was a lot bigger than an A4, but I folded it over. So it's 8 inches. It must have been double that. It must have been 16 inches in length because I've folded the flaps in and stuck them down, you know, folded it into 4 and stuck the 2 insides down. So it must have been 16 inches that, you know, a big mailer, a really big one. And it, yeah, it's 12 inches that way. So quite a big envelope. And I've got some signature pages ready. So I glued it down, glued the flaps down, stitched it down, put a strip of material on the spine, both sides, some shabby chic material, yeah, just to protect the spine because it is literally just brown envelope, but it's nice and thick here where I folded it over. It was only like a double thickness there. These are like four thick. So yeah, that should stop any issues with that, and literally just sewed around it on the sewing machine. As easy as that, nothing too tricky. And then for the signature, I've just folded the pages. I did have them all ready. While I had the sewing machine out, I put a few bits and pieces on it. So I just put a little piece of fabric as a tab on that one. Let's do it like this. Oh yeah, so that was a tri-fold, just a book page. Beautiful. Not just a book page, a beautiful book page. So I've stitched some lace off a vintage pillowcase in there. That's just one of my coffee dyed papers. This is a coffee dyed digital, and I've just stitched a little scrappy fabric pocket on there. A page of my vintage ledger. keep hitting the camera with it. A piece of something just for crinkle, just for interest. It's like deli paper, I think it's called, and yeah, another piece of vintage lace, just haphazardly stitched on it there. Some lovely music paper, again vintage music paper. I just loved the title on this one, Fantasy Impromptu. It's very thin but very old paper, and I just stitched a bit more of that fabric, kind of as a tuck or not, whatever we want to use it for, on there. Whoops, attached to me. Another page of my coffee dyed, this time ruled. Rather than cut everything off, I've just tucked it under, so I might tear it down. I'll see, you know, how much I want the extra space or the shabby look or whatever. Another vintage book page, which is a index page. Can't remember what book it's from. Members. Oh, I think it might be from that Sea Captain's book. And then a beautiful piece of digital in the middle. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh yeah. Okay, so, and I've ripped, as you can see, ripped all around that for effect and inked it. So they're inked and ready to go. I haven't put many in. It's not going to be a huge, it's a one signature and it's not going to be huge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah, and that's going to be more than enough. Remember, if you make a journal and it hasn't got enough in, you can always add tip-ins and what have you, but I think that's plenty for this this size journal. And this is what I'm going to put on the front. So what I want to do is ink all the way around. I didn't want to do too much without you, but I thought I could chat to you while I'm inking before I put that on. So yeah, I'm all out of sync with my video, so you shouldn't have one today, but you should have had one yesterday. You will have one again tomorrow, but I'll get there. Neil's still off work, so not that he stops me coming in my room, but I like to spend time with him, and we're still in holiday mode really. We're still not doing very much. So although I am slowly getting through the washing and getting the, from the holiday and getting it put away and what have you, we're still not 100% there. We have been in the garden a little bit, not a lot. Well, Neil has a lot. He's been relaying some of the wonky concrete slabs, which is brilliant because they were at quite an angle. Quite a trip hazard, and I think, come the ice and frost in the winter, they would be lethal. So yeah, he spent a day doing that. Half killed himself, bless him, but it's done. And yeah, we've been going out for for a coffee every day until yesterday. Every single day we've been going out and having coffee as a treat. And yeah, you have to get out of holiday habits slowly, don't you? And think, because Neil's still on holiday, still off work, because he had nearly 3 weeks off, or he has nearly 3 weeks off. Yeah, we're still in holiday mode. Hence, I'm not sticking to any kind of schedule. That looks nice. I do love the brown envelope with the inking around it. So I haven't had an awful lot of thought about the cover, but a bit, and I thought it might evolve as it goes. Hang that dangle up, it's going to be in a mess, isn't it? So what I want to do is, I just think I'm going to tear and kind of matte, but scruffily matte, a piece of this beautiful paper, which I've done it on another cover. I'll get them all out here. So this is one that I've been working on. This one's going in the Etsy shop. So this is going to be 2 signature. I haven't stitched around it or anything yet, but I did just put, let me just take signature out and show you the cover. I did just put, 2 pieces of that lovely paper, and I really liked it. So, but I didn't protect the spine with that one on the outside yet. I haven't put anything on it. Whereas this one, I wanted to do it and stitch it. So, yeah, whereas I just matted that one, I'm going to do this one a bit more higgledy-piggledy, I think. Right, let's take this off, because I don't want that on it. And that's going to be a lovely piece to use when we do scraps on Sunday, isn't it? And yeah, I think what I'll do is tear it in half, so I've got it more of a size to handle, and then I'll decide what I'm going to do. I know it's beautiful on the back as well, look. It's always a shame. But I can make some more. Although I don't know if I've got any more of that pixie powder. I'll have to have a look. So I'm thinking that's the exact size, look. So if I just tear around it all the way. Yeah, I definitely want the torn look. Try and leave as much of that beautiful shiny pixie dust on as I can. There we go. So I know you're all waiting to hear of more tales of Simba the silly cat this week, because I don't know if you'll guess or not, but yeah, when did a cat ever learn to climb up and not get down from something? Because yeah, he's done it again. He's not been on the conservatory roof, thank goodness. He's been quite vocal since he came back from the kennel. So our bedroom window next to our bed is right above the back door outside. So he's learned that no matter how quietly he does it, if he sits at the back door and just goes mew, we can hear him. So we'll go and let him in. Well, we were laid in bed, not last night, the night before, and Neil said, I hear the cat. So I often just put my head over, out the window, over the windowsill to look down. And I said, well, I don't think you can because he's not there. And then an hour later, I heard the cat with a little mew. I thought, oh, I'll go down, he's obviously somewhere. So I went down and opened the back door and called him. Nothing. I called him again. There was a little mew. I said, where are you? And then I got a loud mew as he came towards me. Do I want that over the fabric? I think I do, actually. I like that. So I'm going to just put it on with Fabri-Tac It's a nice grabber. Well, it's 3-in-1 this, and yeah, I'll be able to move it around and get it where I want it. Right, stop, hold that thought. I want to put one of these on. I do know I want to put one of these on, so I could put it all the way through, but I might as well put it just on this before I put it down, hadn't I? Yeah, I think I want it right down there. And I wondered about putting some scrappy fabric behind it, so let's have a look. I've got some bits here. I'll come back to Simba and his tails in a moment. Try not to keep you in suspense too much. About that with a bit of lace behind it. I want it a bit more. It's lovely, this this material. It's a vintage king size bedspread. I got it at the charity shop. Bedspread, duvet cover. Going back some years there. Bedspread. It was obviously a really expensive one. It had about 3 or 4 inch deep lace. It was very, very frilly all the way around it, and it had been, you know, it had been loved, well loved, but you could see it was a really good one. It must have been from the 70s, I'm thinking, 70s or 80s. And I was going to say to you, it tears really easy, which it does normally. I mean, I want it to look shabby. Obviously, this small piece doesn't want to tear, but take your aggression out on it. There we go. Just snip that. I'm just thinking a bit of lace as well, I don't know. I want it to be very sort of mishmash. The trouble is, I'm not going to get that in, am I? So, yeah, just that like that then. Should I glue that on there? Simba. Yeah, so it came running to me from the shed, our shed. Oh, it's not that tall. At the corners, it's only just above my head, so probably 6 foot at the corners. And he kept coming to the corner, and I would get my hands around him and he would back right off. And I wasn't brave enough to just grab like Neil does. I don't want to be scratched. So, right, do I want it straight? Yeah, I want it straight, but lower down, I think. Right, I've got a couple of teeny tiny brads here. Yeah, so, and we've got a big water butt with a lid on. He could have jumped on, which I suspect he got up on. There's a fence fairly near, which most of my previous cats would have managed to jump onto, but no, he was wide-eyed and crying, and yeah, he didn't like it. I'm going to put some glue on this. Don't know why I'm working on that. So I had to call Neil down, who had spent 5 minutes laughing at me out the window, trying to get him down. I don't know. He just doesn't. I thought he'd learn. And when he did it twice, I thought, surely he'll learn now, and I'll have it straight. You know, on the conservatory, but I don't know. I've never known a cat like him for not... I can only assume it's because he was an indoor cat as a kitten. So he never kind of explored his capabilities. Well, that's quite a big brad. Thought it was a tiny one. It just fits. Yeah, so do you know, if you have cats or you know cats, when they climb down off something, they kind of, I don't know, walk down the wall or walk down the fence a little bit, don't they? You know, put their front paws down while the back ones are still, so they're a bit closer to the ground. He doesn't seem to have mastered that at all. So, yeah, I don't know. He needs to go to climbing school. So this is a little ticket from Artie Mays, which I've used right from me ever starting junk journaling. And there were freebies. I think they're on a website as opposed to a YouTube site. And I just love them. I've never liked anything more than that yet. Yes, I like that. I like that a lot. It will have something up here, some kind of a topper or something. I don't know what yet. So let's stick this down. So yeah, that's Mr. S. I have to say he's very thin since he came back from kennels. He's eating, but he doesn't have a huge appetite anyway. He's very fussy. So I guess when he loses weight, he's going to take a while to put it back on again. is healthy enough, so I'm not overly worried. But yeah, he's quite skinny when I pick him up. I suppose animals like humans, really we feed when we shouldn't, and it's perhaps healthier to be on the thinner side than the thicker side weight wise. Yeah, I wish I had the same predicament. Oops, where's my cloth gone? So if I didn't make it clear, this is going to be a giveaway journal. So I think what I'm going to ask people to do is comment on 3 videos, comment and like 3 videos in a row during, well, it'd probably take me 10 days, I would think, to make it and get it ready and draw it. So yeah, three videos in a row. A comment, some comment about this long tall skinny journal, and oops, and like it, and then you'll go into the draw. Lovely, like it. So I'm going to do the same on the back. Yeah, bit of nice easy crafting, seeing as I am still in holiday mode. I don't know how long I'll stay in holiday mode. It was such a lovely relaxing stay. Now, neither Neil nor I have been to the Lake District. That's where we've been, if you hadn't heard, since we were children. And obviously things are very different. You know, we remember things different, and you know, we were children quite a long time ago. So yeah, things have changed a lot. But yeah, so pleased that we chose Windermere. I mean, we went round and saw the other lakes, but you know, we felt just lucky, as in it wasn't too busy. And we went into Keswick, which was, you know, very busy. Pleased we were staying somewhere not so busy. Oops. Yeah, and it's just, you know, such a peaceful, tranquil, even though there's a lot of holidaymakers there, place. Well, most of the time. I have to say, one night, and the room was lovely, but the hotel was lovely, the staff were amazing, which, you know, you often don't get. It's a big thing for me, how, you know, how professional people are, and yeah, they were very professional and very lovely staff. Yeah, but one night, I mean, you can hear other people, can't you, in hotel rooms to some degree. I wouldn't say that the walls were paper thin, but you know, we could hear people, but nothing drastic apart from one night, and it was all night long. And a couple in the room next door to us were having, or had, a major domestic, and I mean major. 2 or 3 times I thought, shall I ring reception and, you know, say I'm a bit concerned. They were going at it hammer and tongue and screaming, both of them screaming at the top of the voices, and crying, and you know, it was pretty obvious it was a drink fueled argument. I couldn't hear it word for word until they were screaming at the top of the voices. Oh gosh, I'd have been extremely embarrassed for anybody to have heard. Not that we would have a row like that, I don't think, ever, but goodness me. So I was a bit tired the next day after that, because it just kept going quiet and falling asleep, and then they'd start again. They were literally at it all night, and we do think we spotted them in the restaurant the next morning. Only a young couple. Gosh. So yeah, apart from that, it was very restful and lovely. And thankfully, because you have to book breakfast and 10 o'clock is the latest, so we went to breakfast at 9:30. You know, otherwise we would spend the morning in bed, because that's who we are. We're lay-in kind of people on holiday. That's what we used to do at the caravan. But that meant we then had the whole day, you know, ahead of us. Housekeeping were very keen to be in the room. They'd like to have been in at 8:30, but they were lovely people. So she was like, oh, just put your thing on your door. But every morning she'd be there, are you still in? She's a lovely lady, but yeah. What did I do with the signature? Right, shall we? So we're going to go with A. How long have I been on? Oh, That didn't take long, did it? I'm going to go with a 5-hole pamphlet stitch. I'm loving it. Loving it. Yeah. And I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to, you know. Oh, Denise. The trouble I'm having is I can't see things right under my nose at the moment for some bizarre reason. Just make sure it's all the right way up and where I want it. But the beauty of these all odd shape size pages is if you get a couple out of order, it's fine, you know, not upside down but a bit skew width. You can just pretend it's all part of the plan. They're going to be a bit big, aren't they? Or are they? Because I've got to go over this. No, perhaps not. No, they'll be fine. Let's go with this one. I'm decisive, you can see. So, what are we doing today? Oh, taking one to a doctor's appointment. Just a routine one. Oops. Going to post office to post the blue journal. Thank you very much for all your lovely comments on it. Yeah, it went pretty quick. I know a lot of you went looking for it. But the one lucky lady who got it is in the UK. So this one's staying in the UK, which is nice. What do I want now? A needle. A needle would help. Not that small, not that big. I'm having a Goldilocks and the Three Bears moment. Let's hope I don't go to sleep when I find the right one. Oh, I quite like the look of you. Let's try you. I think I'll go for some. Oh, page is a bit boring. I don't want boring today. Let's go with dark brown. Let's have dark brown. So I'm going to do the 5 pamphlet stitch. I've done it once before, so but it seemed to me, I watched a few people doing it. There's lots of ways to do it and you can't really go wrong as long as you make 5 holes. What's that, 3? And I'm just going with 4 lengths because I don't know how much I want. Basically make 5 holes and go in and out of them all. So some people went up and down, others went halfway and then back on themselves, if you see what I mean. So I'm just going to, yeah, I'm just going to go with it. So I'll just make the holes as I go. Let's get a book. A book to lean on. So I'm going to start in the middle. I think I will start in the middle. No, but I want 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there is a middle then. I had to work out if there's going to be a middle. Yeah, I want to start and end in the middle, don't I? So I've got my strings on the outside. Do I want them on the outside? Yes, I do. So I'm going from the outside in. So I'll put the awl in quite a long way because I've got quite a thick needle. That's it. Okay. And so I want 2 this way, don't I? Yeah, I'm going to go. I mean, there are lots and lots of videos out there for you to watch should you want to, you know, learn how to do it a correct way. I'm just going to go up and down without measuring. I hope you can see I've got it all over the place, haven't I? Yeah, I didn't think you were very far through. I was a bit mean with you all then. That's it, a bit deeper. It's the fabric, you see, it closes up again. Oops, if you don't make it thick enough. Come on. Right, so I'm going to go in there. Yeah, I'm going to go back out there. The only trouble is going through the holes twice. Can you see? Sorry. Either you can or I can. We can't both. It's that you've got a bigger chance of catching your thread with the needle. You know, going through it. I don't think I have. And I'm not going to go back through that one, I'm going to go back down here, so an extra longish one on the outside. Yep, that's it. So I've got 1, 2, 3 there, 4. Put it a long way through. So far is a long one down there. Yep. Is it making sense to you now? I'm going to have one missing there if I go in here and in there and up there. Oh well, I'm just going to go with it. I maybe should have gone back and looked, but no, because I'm going back in there, so I will have one. Right, sorry if I confused you. I confused myself. Back through again, that's it. So I've got a... Right, that turned out to be reasonably easy, even if it didn't appear it. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches there. And I've got both my threads out here. Yeah, it's a bit harder to pull them. You need to pull them tight each one you do, I think. And I need, just like we normally do, a thread. Yeah, that's better, isn't it? A thread each side of that. I'm just going to tie it once and then check that we're tight enough everywhere. And take these off. So you don't want it too tight or it rips your papers, but tight enough that your signature's not going to move about. And that seems lovely and secure. Quite like the 5 signature. Well, I do like a 5 signature, but I quite like the 5 whole pamphlet stitch, it seems. That's lovely and secure. I am going to go with 3 again. Now, I can always put lace on the outside of this, should I choose, which I may. Yeah, I'm pleased with that. Let's have a look then. I'll just cut those off. A bit odd because I think they're going to be cut short. Let's see how we're working. Oh, I hadn't thought about putting anything in there. I mean, it is beautiful. It is beautiful, that brown anyway, so I could just put pockets and decorations on it. Yeah, I just folded that up because I didn't want to lose any of it, so that might be glued down and become a little tuck in there. With that bit of good crinkle going on. Okay. Oh, a wee bit loose there. You cheeky. That was very cheeky of you. Yeah, I might have to undo that and pull it some more. Why didn't I check the middle? I don't know. I'll do it with you because I know there are people, new people watching quite often, and I'll show you that it is actually possible, if I can speak, even though you've tied it really tight, to undo waxed thread, because the beauty of it is, I need my glasses off, hang on, I can't see close up with those on. The beauty of wax thread is, yeah, I might be separating it a little bit, but it's kind of slippy, if you know what I mean, against itself. Whereas when you just use ordinary cotton or hemp or something like that, you can still undo it, but it's not as slippy. So if you just put a sharp needle in your knot, once you get your first one or 2, if you've put 3 in, open, the rest seems fairly easy. Just be careful not to cut your papers by pulling the thread. There you go, that's 2. That's my 3rd one. Come on, I said you was the easiest. You're going to be the hardest. I suppose by the time I've pulled 3 tight, this one's pretty small. It's just a bit of perseverance, really. It would help if my eyes were a little better. You can maybe see the knot. I can't. I'm just putting it in and looking for it. Good job I'm not a surgeon, eh? There we go. Okay, so it is, you know, if you find you've got loosey-gooses, my own fault for not checking the centre, really. Yeah, it's hard to, that's it. Because you're pulling two lots, you don't know which one leads to which. Right, are you nice and tight? That's better. Take two then. So yeah, this is why I often put lace or a blob of glue or something. I'll just leave that at 2, I think, because I don't want to thicker. And I'm going to end up putting something over it. Yeah. You know, just to make sure it doesn't come undone. If I'm gifting it to somebody, I wouldn't. If it was mine, I wouldn't mind so much. You know, if it came undone, I would just secure the pages inside with tape and things like that. But when other people are either buying it or having it as a gift, you don't want it to fall apart. Well, I don't. Okay. Lovely. That's it then. We'll call that a video for today, because I want to come on and decorate it with you, and I will make the topper with you as well. I haven't got anything out ready to do that, so yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know. Remember, you can start commenting now if you want. So I can't remember how many I said. I'll have to go back and look. Did I say 3? Yeah, if you do 3 comments, you know, on 3 different videos, not on this one, and 3 likes, and then you'll go into the, yeah, I might need something round it, might have to close it. You'll go into the drawer for it. Okay, thank you so much. It's been lovely being with you. It'll be a much longer video tomorrow. It is the Tatty Treasure and Friends. No, it's not. I've got that on my brain. It's Tanya at Tatty Treasure and Nanine at Collage Types collaboration. What is it that I can't remember what it's called now, because she's got a new one coming up and I've got that one on my brain. What's the one I'm using called? Vintage Botanical. Vintage Architecture. We're putting them both together. So the Vintage Botanical Architecture papers tomorrow. So yeah, much longer one. Okay, hope you have a lovely day and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.